Mates, good evening and welcome to your late mate. We are honoring phenomenal women of influence, whether we go arts, go politics, or go business. Today we've got a songstress, a singer extraordinaire. She is a mixture of two beautiful cultures, the cultures of Indian and the culture is Zulu. You combine it into one person, which is presented here in the form of Miss Lungi Naidoo. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, if I were to use pretentious entertainment greeting, hi, darling.
Darling, hello.
Don't you just hate it when people go onto that fake thingy here in the industry?
It's what keeps us going.
You reckon?
You know, you gotta play the persona.
Does it keep you going?
No, I don't know how to do that, darling.
But how real are you, though?
As real as I can be.
Yeah?
This is it. This is it. Yep.
So your dad is Indian?
Babwami India.
From?
KZN.
Gubnindal.
KwaDuguza Stanger.
Your father is from KwaDuguza?
Born.
All right, and your mom?
My mom is from KwaDuguza as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when they met?
They were not allowed to be together.
Yeah?
Yeah, but...
Cultural or political constraints?
both.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both.
It's such a rich history, though, to have, isn't it, in a family, to know that at one time, this beautiful country that is South Africa was intolerant of love.
Unbelievable.
The audacity and the arrogance of people to dictate who you can fall in love with.
Yeah.
It's shocking to me up until this day.
And it still happens even now.
I'm sure, but you had a good time when people bahleba ngawe though.
Yes,
Is it?
Yes, and abazi ukuthi ngiyeza.
And then do you flip into isiZulu there?
No, the one incident I was at Pick and Pay and our mama, baby, that you know you take your vegetables to be weighed.
Yeah.
So bahlezi bayi-3 bayakhuluma and so ngiyaqhamuka with my onions or whatever and uthi omunye udinwe yini ke lo.
Oh my gosh.
And the other one phela yazi ngoba abantu bethu ukuthi bahle nje bacabanga ukuthi nje bangayitshela. Like they started talking about me and I'm sitting there and I'm standing there and I'm thinking, what? And I take the phone and I just dialed the number and I was like, yes ma, labantu bakhuluma ngami bacabanga ukuthi angibeza. And I just walked away.
Oh my gosh.
Like, where's omunye mama azoxolisa? No, they do.
I'm sure you had a fair share of suitors as well, because men always like exotic things that are undefined.
No.
No?
No, not really.
Really?
Yeah.
Did your parents keep you in a box?
Very much. My dad was overprotective.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was very strict.
What is it about the Indian culture that is found in you?
The culture, we Christians, so culturally...
But you can rock Indian clothes, you can food.
And I celebrate Diwali with them.
Yeah.
Here I eat all the food that my aunts make. I know how to cook biryani.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the savory stuff. And when my granny was still alive, before she changed from being Tamil as a religion to being Christian, she would take me to the God lamp, which is where they pray.
Yes.
You know, and she would say, stand here and pray. And the awkward thing is when they pray, they're silent. They don't voice themselves.
Yeah.
And then when she's done, I'd say, in Jesus' name, amen. Granny be like, no, you can't call that name here. So culturally, yeah.
I don't know how far that also, influences your music, whether you mess with Indian sounds in your music or not.
I do a little bit.
Yeah.
I do a little bit. I haven't gotten to a place where I can be that free.
Why not?
I haven't explored it to that space. I do have a song that I did on my previous album, No Babu Hashilim Mhlophe, where I wanted to bring me and bring him, but bringing me means I'm bringing two people, two different people. Yeah. So how do I bring the Indian and the Zulu in me and and smash them together with R&B music?
Yeah.
It's an amazing, amazing song.
I'm sure, because there was, he went with the AKA Umfundisi Mbobo. I just forgot his name, Masacula, man. He became also a hip-hop artist. He did a song called Ham Tum Haram Ho. No, honestly. Honestly, he's got a beard.
I'm laughing at the way you're saying it.
Wow, how is it? How is it pronounced?
Hamtumharam.
I don't know. Hamtumharaho or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, hip hop. No. That guy went on to that song, man, and absolutely killed it.
Wonderful.
So I would love to hear a bit of that in your music in the future.
Maybe one day I'll sing in Tamil.
No, even if you mess with strings, man, you know,
No,
even if your videos, you know.
I dress in traditional Indian.
Why not though? Because you come with it.
I am it.
Exactly. You know? I
I'll
hope
do
there's
that.
no pressure for you not to do that.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have to find I just have to get into a place where I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and your Zulu culture, you holding it down. I think the last time I saw you, Bofagis Pand. If I'm not mistaken. You can correct me. Bofagis Pand, Lung.
Angisigqoka isiphandla.
Lung. Come on.
Ngisigqoka 24 hours. Makunemsebenzi ekhaya.
Yes.
Yeah, 24 hours. Abomalume, the next
Yes.
we have to take it off because my dad is Indian. So we only wear it for a day.
Jeez.
Nentambe bomvu, we don't
Yes.
wear it. So everything at home is done half and half. Makunemsebenzi ekhaya. Traditionally, my mom has taught us culture is Zulu,
Yes.
and my dad has taught us what he knows
Yes.
based on the culture of the Indians. But with the culture of the Indians, it's religious based.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All right.
he does a little bit of it. So everything is done right center, half and half.
Then what do you take then from your Indian culture and your Zulu culture as a woman that goes to the values that make who you are?
In both cultures, what I can say is being a woman is being the core of the home, being the person who holds the home together, as in your children, whether you are working or whether you're a stay-at-home mom. But watching my aunts, my grannies from both the Indian and the Zulu part of my family, the one thing that they all have in common is uguba, the solid ground that everybody rotates around. Even with my grandmother, my late Makabashi,
Yeah.
it's the same thing, being the center of the entire family.
And then when having gotten from your mom, your granny, from your Indian background, this is Zulu background as well, how then do you inform or at least guide your child?
I have all of that, but then God decided I'm going to be a singer.
Yeah.
And being a singer means
You're a psalmist, man.
being a singer means you're a dreamer, which means there are no boundaries to anything. You don't believe in. You're just free. You're a free spirit.
Yeah.
And what I try to teach my daughter is don't let anybody tell you who you are. Don't let anybody at any point in your life. People can direct you and be there for you, but when somebody walks in and says to you, no, that's not who you are, this is who you are. That's something that I've had to fight my entire life to get to where I am as an artist. So for her, watching her grow up, the one thing I'd like to instill in her is believing in yourself means understanding who you are. Don't let somebody else walk in, whether in a relationship, within your career, in every aspect of life. Zazi ukuthi ubani before you marry somebody and have them tell you go to woman. If you are comfortable and you believe in yourself and understand who you are, then you are a good light to the world compared to always searching for who you are.
No, I'll drink to that.
Aye.
Because when you let the world decide most of the time, and the world hasn't decided themselves or itself how it's supposed to be.
True.
You know? And there's always people who seem to have an advice or have something to say about another's life. And they are like,
True.
you know, I mean, if they could do that with other people, why couldn't they do that with their own lives?
That's the poison of social media, where we all have an
gosh.
opinion on everybody. But when you look at yourself, you can't take that opinion, but you always have something to give to other people.
And
But
you become so defensive, isn't it?
True.
You put yourself social media, you posting about your life as well, isn't it? Don't you feel that some of your privacy is taken away?
I don't share so much of my personal and private stuff. Like even with my daughter, you'll find very few pictures of her. There's a line that I feel would say, if I put that out there and then you have an opinion about it, I can't become defensive. Ngoba imina, enkipe isithombe ngasifaka.
Yeah.
So when people start saying things about me, then I did that, right? I put myself out there.
Yeah.
So there are certain things that I choose not to share about myself that are personal and private that I'd like to keep for myself. And I like my daughter is one of those people that me.
And you don't have to share.
No.
Let's go to your music.
Yeah.
Where do you find yourself now as a musician? What space are you in?
A beautiful space. A homecoming. Khulile Nams. You know, I've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
The industry in Khulile, and I'm grateful ukuthi most of my industry time was spent behind the scenes and being a backing vocalist to other artists. When I did get my break, I still had to learn, and I thought this was it. And God was like, no, you're still in the learning process. And as you know, when I did the song with Black Coffee, that was like a eye-opener for me ukuthi there's another genre, there's another world in this country that loves this genre of music. And I'm an artist, I'm a singer. I should be able to stretch myself in any genre that I'd like to and be comfortable in it. So where I am right now is in a space where I feel like it's a homecoming. It's like, oh, so I can do this and still be okay and still be happy as an artist and make more money.
Absolutely. Do you find that you have to fight for your space? Do you have to fight for attention? You have to fight for our ears? Or there you are amongst the million and the myriad of these ladies who do umculo owenzai or who are there also in the business, and there you are, this beautiful thing that singularly defines this space?
Oh, that's a difficult question. Wow. To simplify the answer, I believe ukuthi uNkulunkulu usiphe sonke amatalente and evenly. How you succeed is up to you, but God does not give Nimrod more than he gives Ulungi. He gives us the same. It's up to you how far you want to go and how much of gut and how much of willpower you have. I believe, for example, Zonke, Tandisa Mazwai, everybody has their turn. And when it's somebody's turn, you can't, it's their time. There's nothing you can do about it.
Is it your time now?
I truly believe with all of me that, holler, this is my time.
10-track album, a labor of love. Is this a make or break for you?
This is a make or break. This is it. This is it, and I'm praying to God that the public receives it because it's not R&B. Everybody knows me as an R&B singer. I've broken the shell and I've stepped out of it, and I've worked with Black Coffee produced on the album, Mondli Ngcobo produces on the album, Bobsa produces on the album, and to be housed at Universal Music, for me, it just feels like everything is now, the pieces of the puzzle have now aligned themselves to a place where it's a make or break, and all I can do is share a piece of me and have the public and the people out there like it or dislike it. That's all I can do.
But I hope there's a good marketing vehicle supporting you. Because most of the artists, you know, they'll come up and say their work was not supported, especially you know, if you have to compete for attention. You know, we know how important marketing of the artist is. Isn't it? It gives you life, it gives you support, and you need resources as well, you know, so that you go out there and have an even chance of competing, let alone be seen. You know what I mean?
Yes, very true.
So how strong were you in terms of what the expectations of Busfuna from your record company?
Are you trying to get me fired? Are you trying to end my contract? No, I'm kidding. Important question, because there are a lot of artists who want to sign record labels thinking that once I sign, that is it. Record labels do their part, but if you're hungry and if you're an artist, you too have to go the extra mile. It's not just ngoba sengqashiwe, I'm going to sit back and let them do everything because at the end of the day, you know, they're making money off of me or I'm making money, whichever way. I believe, if I want this badly, whoever works at a university at 5 o'clock, it's time to go home. They are 9 to 5. Me, I gotta put in the extra work because I'm that hungry. So I believe if an artist is looking for a record deal with a label, a major label, understand when you get the deal, it doesn't mean that's it. You still have to really, really work hard to put yourself out there. And the good part of social media, that's where it comes in, where you yourself can promote yourself with your record company marketing you, but you have that space now to push your brand.
All right, we'll still continue our chats. No, Lungi Naidoo, a mother and a fighter. Lungi is a hustler, bafethu. Yo, this is Lona as a hustler and a fighter for her space and time in the industry. We're continuing after the break.